Hello, YouTube, and welcome to episode number 16 of Compound Fracture Builds a Soviet Paradise. All paradises start with having the flattest of lands, so we are going to continue our effort to flatten what will be our radio station. This is where the radio station will be broadcast from the flattest of all possible lands. Its signal may or may not be blocked by the surrounding hills, but we're trying to do away with the surrounding hills so it won't be blocked any more than it absolutely has to be. Meanwhile, our loan amount, our total amount owed, has gone down by 50,000 since the last loan we took out. So we're actually doing really good on that. Though I imagine a large part of it is because we're no longer importing steel, and therefore we do not have any sort of a steel stockpile anywhere. We're using it as fast as we produce it here. But on the bright side, we're no longer bottlenecked by coal. We seem to have caught back up. What we're bottlenecked on now is workers. So this single bus is doing its best. And look, it's really like producing the steel pretty quick once we get workers here. So I don't think we need a second bus. I don't think that's the answer. I think patience is the answer. Meanwhile, since we're completely out of steel at this open storage over here in the construction area, we're going to change all of the construction office spots to take steel now from... There's 3 of them. There's a 3rd construction office over here. We now want to take steel from the steel mill. And actually, it strikes me that those power lines are not going to be built until our steel production ramps up, which is okay. We're not super concerned about getting power back to that construction office. It's not being used for anything at all until the until we have more roads to build out here, and we're just going to take our time a bit with that. So what's going on here? Missing resources, steel, of course, obviously. So now here come trucks that are picking up steel for construction projects. This one's going into that 3-in-1 conveyor belt setup we just built in the hills up here, so that's nice. And yeah, we're back to having a big time coal bottleneck, so that'll continue for the foreseeable future. We're going to be bottlenecked on coal for a long time. That's not so bad, though. Better than paying for steel imports, I hope. And our construction office is like fully busy in our distribution office, despite not having too much steel hanging around the Empire, so we're okay with that. So it's time to go back to the flattening game. Flatten stream. Wait, what happened to the power line? Oh yeah, it's right there. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Works for me. We have definitely had a influx of income recently because our food production has been ramped up a lot this year because of our excess number of workers looking for jobs. So our harvest was processed in record time, and our export income is going to drop once we no longer have crops to process. Meanwhile, how are these power lines going? Probably really badly because they don't have steel? No, they're doing fine. They just need electrical components. Well, that's good. Maybe they never needed steel in the first place. Staunch believer in flat Earth theory? Yes, I am, Chalex. I guess that means you tuned into one of my old videos way back when, maybe on YouTube, maybe here. Either way, welcome back. I love the flat Earth. You know, it's a wonderful thing. Makes a lot more sense than this globism that I keep hearing about, you know? Like, it's very silly, especially on, like, a traditional day like Christmas. It's time to sit back and really think deeply about what we're gaining as a society with all of this advanced, like, science stuff. You know, like, we could still be curing medical diseases very effectively with leeches if we wanted to. And the leech industry, meanwhile, has suffered greatly. You know, I have a friend who's a CEO of a leech breeding company, and he's taken like big time hits, right? Because in the past, we needed leeches to cure our plagues and stuff. And he could make a very nice profit, you know, breeding and selling leeches to doctors who were, you know, not at all sketchy doctors, like ones who knew what they were doing and understood the power of a leech. But now with all this science stuff, it's making it really, 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 really hard for people in sketchy industries to make a profit. I don't understand. Like, we should back off on the science and, like, ramp up the profiteering, I think. But maybe that's just me. Make snake oil great again. Yes, don't mind if I do. Hey, winter is leaving us. Must be because we said something that pleased the gods. So, now that it's not looking as winter anymore, let's start looking again at our radio station to be. Radio. It's kind of annoying how all the pedestrian accesses are in the back here, where we're never going to actually want them for anything. What? Okay, I see. So, I'm actually going to look at putting it over here, so let's do a little bit more flattening. A little bit more flattening. A little bit more flattening. Oh. So we'll have some room for a road to go past, and this looks real nice to me. Something like that. Now, I should probably just make sure that this road's going to work properly. We go over there. Oh, I'm actually going to do this a little bit better, like that. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, that isn't straight at all. Oh, whatever. Fine. Be that way, game. Make my road not straight if you must. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be all like super pathetically detail oriented right now. Like so. Oh yeah, that's tons of space. That looks just about perfect actually to me. So I do want to start construction on this right away, but I want to bring down the maximum. What did I just do? I told it to auto purchase from rubles for 500,000 ruble. Okay, I'm glad I had it on pause. That was really nice. Oh, good job, pause. So we're going to actually set the number of workers outside of construction office workers to 0 on this one. We will continue construction, so we'll start bringing resources in immediately. And the construction buses can bring people in, but I don't want any of them just wandering in from town right now. We don't have enough workers for that. And actually, you know what? I want to change my mind about this because I want to make these proper asphalt roads here. So I think I'm actually going to do that. And that may cause some issues with... yeah, just like that. It may cause a few issues with the workers... Or the trucks that have already started coming here being in trouble. So let's just double check and make sure that they're not like stuck. They're starting to load up a lot of gravel and asphalt here, but they don't look stuck. They look like they more or less know what they're doing. So we'll check back in here and make sure that they're not giving me weird symbols later, but shit looks good for now. Oh, your OCDs, please. That's wonderful. You know, I don't really know how much that's OCD. I think like the desire to see things be more or less okay. I thought we had solved the problem with our new semaphores, and this was no longer going to happen, but I guess not. I guess that was too much to expect from the game. Since we got these new one-way semaphores, though, it should like allow these joints to work perfectly. I think. I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. So that's like a... Right, so this means that it oh, God. God, semaphores give me a headache. I like these kind of weird sort of like, what do you call them? Like puzzle things? You know, what do you need the semaphores to say to make the thing do the thing? I don't know, but like... Okay, so this one's blue. That's what it should be. It should be blue. Because blue means that this is off limits, because that's red, and this is green. Or it's also blue? No, it's green. Okay, yeah, and this one's green, because this is clear. So once this train comes back out, which it'll do once we have some steel again, we'll be able to see if these work. I don't know. I don't know why that wasn't... Because, okay, so that's green. Sure, okay, right. So that should be going through there. Now that this is full, though, I'm just going to pause it. Both of these should be red, and they are. So why didn't that work? It makes me wonder maybe if one of the trains came straight through here at exactly the same time that a train came out of the depot on the other end. I don't know. I feel like that should have worked, but whatever. More money. Our loans are overdue. Oh, I love how loans can be overdue. I like all the changes I've seen to the game so far. I haven't explored most of them, but like the sort of various quality of life improvements are making my life feel a lot more quality, so yay. Again, we're having trouble getting coal, which is unfortunate, but all of these trucks are just doing nothing other than coal. There's 5 of them, so like that's got 12 tons. That is 12 tons. This one's loading. This one's traveling to the coal. And this one is loading as well. So yeah, I mean, signals can be tricky, and it's weird. Have you played since the last patch? These new semaphores should, like these mixed ones, should work so much better. Because you can see I've got like, this one is a chain semaphore going to the right, but it's a regular semaphore going left. And that's something the game's needed for so frickin' long. I also noticed that the 2 trains were side by side traveling the same direction along this line a while ago. So like trains can now, like clearly just by looking at it, I haven't read the patch notes or anything, but they can share the same stretch of track as long as they're moving the same direction, which is a huge step up. Like it feels like they've made tons of progress. You only use mixed for stations that are passed through? Okay, well, fair enough. I haven't really decided fully how I'm going to use it, but the way I'm building this right now, like this whole stretch from... Okay, so basically I'm building this rail system like on the as needs require it, right? Like I'm not like future-proofing anything yet. So we'll be building a second parallel track eventually, but not right away. So what we're going to want is to have one track going from the border to the steel mill and have a second track going from the steel mill up this way to where the iron will be produced, which is over here. So we've built it in such a way that once we actually get it going, we only need single tracks for anything, really, except for this little stretch here where the input and the output will come down different tracks. But I think for a 3-way connection like this, or like a two-way split that has the construction trains, and so all of these tracks need to be 2-way. Like these semaphores, I think, are helpful for like this section, for instance. Okay, so like here, so you want like the chain going down here because it needs to be able to see whether this track's free and whether that track's free. So it needs a chain one. But on the way up, if we had a chain one going the other way, then it would bypass this semaphore and it would show as blocked when a train was on this side. You know, it gives us so much flexibility. We wouldn't be able to have 3 trains independently working on this little system if we did not have mixed semaphores. Or I guess we could, but we'd have to like put 2 semaphores back to back here just to cut it off or something. I don't know. It would be very like awkward. You're not a train guru. I mean, obviously I'm not either. I'm fiddling and cursing as we speak, but I'm just trying to be as simple as possible. Oh, and here's this thing I was going to watch for, where these dumpers no longer have access to the radio station. So that's a problem. What if we like pause construction? Is that going to make them despawn or something? Yeah. I think that's fine. Pausing the construction. We should have just done that right away as soon as we changed those roads. to asphalt roads. We should have just paused the construction of the rail station to reset the trucks immediately. Oh well. Restart construction now. So now when the roads are in, they'll start delivering stuff again. Actually, one thing we could do is build out this way, but I don't know. I don't know if I like that. Because I don't know what I'm going to put on this side yet, so I don't know how the spacing's going to end up looking. Yeah, I think one thing that like I haven't used enough, like single rail keeping it simple is absolutely true. But I can't help feel like the most efficient way to do early game trains is to use single rails, but have like little pass-through things, like little, what do you call them? Like where you got like a side track where trains can wait for each other. You have like a very short stretch of multi-directional track before it goes back to single track again. And I feel like until you have like a vast rail network, you're not actually going to need everything double tracked. And it's just kind of wasteful. So I think as I go, I'm going to get better at having, bypass lanes and single tracks in a lot of places. And I mean, obviously, this main line going to the border will need to be double tracked. There's no question about that. But for now, it's fine as it is. The main concern at the moment is getting it functional. The other thing is, of course, we could consider having a third rail line strictly to import iron rather than hauling it from the border. But that feels like a lot of work for a temporary solution. And we only use half as much iron as we do coal anyway, so we'll be producing coal locally soon. And then we'll be able to just put all of these 5 dump trucks on importing iron from the border. And it's not that long of a drive to the border, it's right here, so that should keep up with the demand for steel, I hope. I mean, not that we're keeping up with it at all right now. All of our construction's steel bottlenecked at the moment. Oh well. You can see that maze of trucks all coming out with like insufficient, like look at that, 0.34 tons of steel in that truck. That's not good. Oh, did I tell the bus to go straight to the steel mill? I did. I meant to put it, tell it to go to the bus stop, but I mean, that's fine. Like, it doesn't matter too much. I will change it, though. View line detail, new stop, bus stop, get out. This one can go away. Save changes. Okay, cool. You always plan out for an early steel mill? Yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing here. This is, strictly a try to balance the budget steel mill, not an export steel mill. Look at this. Our total amount owed has gone down. It was 550 when we started. It's going to be up to 450, but we have cut out over 100,000 rubles in debt since we started playing today, and it's been about an hour and a half of real time. So that's good. Our debt level is going down very quickly right now. Now, of course, our farm won't be productive at the moment, and it's wasting all these workers. We have so many workers that we don't care about wasting man hours right now. It's not worrying us at all. We're resource bottlenecked. We are not manpower bottlenecked, which is why we're building a radio station, is because this is going to take like a shit ton of manpower. And now that this road is all connected over here, I'm actually going to start asphalting this as well. We'll do it kind of like that section and that section first, and then go from there. See, I'm doing the little fiddly city roads by hand at the moment. Even though I hate working on fiddly city roads. They're awful. I should also start thinking about doing some more gravel roading over here. It's probably worth purchasing rather than doing it by hand. And I should be really thinking about building the new construction office. which will be here. Oh, I don't want to do all that work. Yeah, let's get it planned, though. Let's do this. So how far out can we level terrain? Oh, hello, GDOM. Welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. So we can only work land as far as here with our current construction range. So that's a little bit unfortunate. We can either do the leveling over here by purchasing, or we can build our new construction offices here instead. I don't know. The heck is this game? This is Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. It's like, I call it a 5-year plan simulator. It's a game where it's like a city builder at its heart, I guess. But it has a very, very heavily resource management and industry planning oriented gameplay. So like if you like took city skylines and then gave it a dose of Factorio and then made it very challenging and slow paced, we'd probably have it. It is very, very slow paced. This is episode 16 of our series. So this city is more than 15 hours in the works so far. And this is what we got out of our 15 hours. So now we do have the difficulty cranked up, you know, so it's slow going partly because of the difficulty settings. But yeah, that's kind of what the game is. And I love it. I love it, damn it. It's one of my favorite, just kind of like, you know, slow paced, chill, watch while the aggregate storage slowly constructs itself kind of games. And check on my steel export, or my steel production again. Half of the playing is planning and overseeing. Absolutely. It's like all about like moving back and forth across your empire, admiring it while you search for inefficiencies and mercilessly crush the inefficiencies. Yeah, that's what you do. Emphasis on the lack of mercy. And you try to avoid famines and other various things that can kill a lot of people very quickly. We haven't had a famine for like 5 years, though, so that's pretty good. I mean, we had a very minor famine last year, but that was only a minor famine. Doesn't count. And our population continues to boom. Beautiful. Okay, so I am going to start working on this construction area. It is a real choice, though, whether I pay for the flattening here, or I bite the bullet and just build the new stuff over here. Maybe I split the difference. Maybe I make the construction offices here and then do the new supply stuff in a minute. I think that's what I do. So first things first, I want to extend this rail line and make absolutely sure that it's gonna that the road's gonna go over the rail line properly. That seems really important. So let's extend this electrified rail about this far. Oh, yeah, that's why I didn't do it before. Need an excavator, of course. So we'll do it as far as we can. So I'm thinking maybe, I don't like all of these breaks. So you know what? You know what? Screw it. This is flat enough. It should work. Should be okay. I hope it's okay. It should be okay. So we're going to switch to a mud road and build it out here like so. Okay. Now this side of the mud road's going to be where the industry is, and this side's going to be the construction offices. So we'll want a gas station right away, right? Like, gas stations are important, so they tell me. So I'm actually going to put the gas station right on the main highway, maybe across the road. Where are we? Gas station. Hello. There you are. So we'll do it right over here. Take off the auto road because I want to build mud roads. I do not want to waste my time with fancy roads over here. Okay. Now, we're going to build one of the mod construction offices because the non-mod ones are so small and fiddly and annoying. So construction office, do one of these. Oh, and that side was going to be where the industry was, so we'll put it over here instead. We actually want two, I think. We want one. Yeah, I'll put this one here, and this one will be the the main construction office, and then there's going to be one on the other side of the road, which will be for road work. So I'll do a standard construction office on the other side of the road. Oops. Okay. That is very nice. Oh no, need a free excavator. Okay, so we have to like pause the game for a second. I'm gonna turn on auto build just so we can get the land flattened. There we go. I'm gonna turn it off again and pop it in. Okay, cool. Good stuff. It looks like we need a new loan again. And we haven't paid off more this time. We're the same amount we were last time, which is fine. Minor famine, most Russian thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I mean, we only lost like about a third of our population to death. You know, like we still had like 2/3 of our population left. And that's like, I think that's a passing grade. You know, it's a D. D is a good letter. You know, it symbolizes a lot of important things, including passing the test of still having a functional economy post-famine. You know, it's good. It's solid. Very minor. Okay. So, the storage is doing well. What are our main projects? Really, we should be looking at the rail line, the radio station. And it hasn't had any resource deliveries yet because these roads are not done. So once the roads finish, they are being fueled by 2 construction offices. Does this one have power? Have we reestablished power lines yet? We have not reestablished power yet. So what's going on here? Oh, man. We do have a lot of workers, and we have all of our resources on site. So these medium voltage lines will be done very quickly. Then we'll have power back to this, and it can spring back into action building roads, and then we'll all be very, very happy. Meanwhile, we're going to have to manually assign these 2 to all of the construction offices because they are out of the range of being auto-assigned. Okay. And already these dump trucks are heading out to pick up supplies for them. That's nice. Man, someday in the future, we'll actually have a surplus of steel that'll be sitting here in the yard waiting to be delivered places. That'll be great. It'll be lovely and wonderful. Ooh, we got an ore plant. We got like all sorts of good stuff. That is coal ore, yes. I didn't accidentally build the wrong plant. That's good to know. And our conveyor belt system is almost entirely finished, and our mine is... yeah, it's getting there. It's going. It's going. It's happening. Man, we'll be able to ramp up steel production once that happens, and we'll no longer have trucks leaving the steel mill with like this pitiful little tiny spool of steel on their backs. It's so pitiful. I don't want to import steel, though, now. Like, we're theoretically producing our own, so we theoretically don't need to import it, but we clearly do need to import it. Oh, I'm so confused. Look at this. This is just pathetic. Just... oh, he's leaving with 1.6 tons. He's like, screw you guys. I'm leaving. Yeah, okay. Be that way, trucks. Meanwhile, here comes a coal truck. That's an iron truck. Boo. We want coal trucks. Our coal supply is doing fine. I am regretting putting in a small distribution office here. Maybe it should have been a large one. Oh well. You know what, game? I think you win this round. I think I might start, like, importing steel for realsies again. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're gonna just tweak our system a little bit. The distribution office is no longer going to pull steel from the steel mill. It will instead pull steel from the border again. Here. But it will not deliver steel to the open storage. Yeah, so that means that the steel going to the rail construction office specifically will be imported steel. So yeah, the stuff going here to the rail construction. So our railways will be built with foreign steel, while all of our domestic production will happen with our own steel that we're manufacturing. So hopefully that'll take the demand off the steel mill a little bit. Meanwhile, how's this going? Terribly. Screw you. I want to get the radio station built sooner rather than later. You know what? All of this stuff, might just fund it. At least we'll fund the little sections, because man, I hate the fiddly road construction. I hate it. I hate it in cities. It's fine in, like, big, like, rural areas where there's big, long lengths of road to do it once, but, like, in the cities, ugh, it's awful. So this should be... Oh, it needs to finish this road. It'll get there, though, pretty quick now, I think. Yeah, we're fine. Wonder what's happening here. Needs steel. Yeah, okay, go figure. So, I mean, the rail construction has been bottlenecked by steel for too long, so now that we're importing steel straight from the border, which is this guy, the rail construction should be able to go full blast. And we really want the rail construction going full blast. That should be our biggest priority here. Yeah, pathways chunking up roads is annoying. In general, road upgrades, you know, I know it's not super realistic, but, like, honestly, they should have the roads be drivable at mud speed while they're being upgraded. Like, I really think, as much as it's, like, I don't know, kind of outside the spirit of the game, I guess, like, it's just way too annoying. If a road under upgrade was drivable at mud speed, it would make the game so much more convenient. So much more convenient. Maybe someday. Someday we'll get there. Come on, steel mill. Oh, look, it has coal for a while. Good, 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 good. Only 8 workers at the moment, but here comes a bus of workers, and it's going the wrong way. Okay, okay. That's fine. Where's the bus? The steel bus. That's, what? Oh, yeah, right. Bus stop. We switched it to the bus stop. This one. Here it comes, with 40 workers on board. Very nice. Ooh, fancy. Stopping for gas, like you do. Like you do. Back on the road. Passing the slow bus. Ooh, just in time. All right. Yeah, steel bus. Oh, we need money. Boo. Money. We allowed $13,000 to go overdue. Or no, sorry, $8,500. Still, though. It's a lot. All right, there's our steel. Oh, wait. I understand why we're not getting that many workers to the steel mill. The bus stop is set up to have a bunch of them go to the construction sites, which we don't want right now. So we're going to tell the bus stop to only send workers to the steel mill for a while. Okay. But, I mean, ultimately, coal is still our clear bottleneck. So it's not like that helps too much. Here comes more coal, speak of the devil. It's kind of a catch-22 that we need, like, we need steel to build the coal infrastructure over here, and we need a better supply of coal to make more steel. Yeah, it's not ideal, is it? At least we're building rails full blast again, or we will be as soon as it starts putting more... Yeah, here's more steel. There we go. Steel. Ooh, steel. There goes this guy. Okay, so this is going to be called something other than this. I'm going to call it Midway Construction because I'm clever that way. That's a very, very restrictive. Oh, not enough letters here. That's exactly the amount of letters we have available to us. And it's not even showing the T. Okay, okay. Well, whatever. Mid-construction. Mid-constructio. Oh, jeez. I'm going to rename that soon. I'm just going to give up for now, though. They really should allow for more characters in these city names, because it's kind of silly. Kind of real silly. And because I did grow up in Southern Ontario, I'm going to have to, like, name this steel mill something like... Hamilton. Canadians will understand. No one else will. That's okay. And destroy that. Okay. Good. Good. A name that only Canadians will relate to. That's how we do it. We exclude people as much as possible from our stream. With insider references. Ooh. So here come the trains at the same time. This one went through fine. That one went through fine. That wasn't too much of a test. They spaced themselves quite nicely, but I do want to see. I don't think they should be holding each other up over there, but who knows? Again, we're out of steel at the train station, so even switching the import of steel to the border through the distribution office hasn't fully fixed the problem. I do think I'm going to buy another flatbed for this distribution office because we are struggling. Another open haul truck. We'll just do the same one as before. So now the office is completely full of vehicles. How's our educated workers doing? They've been going way up, right? Like this year, and then stretch it back a bit. So we got like... Look at our population, man. Oh, that's beautiful. Straight upward slope, just how it should be. And our university educated workers, a much steeper uphill slope. Oh, look at that. Look at that blue line. Blue lines are real sexy. The only line going down is basic education. So, yeah. Cool. Radio station will come in real handy. Do, 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 do. Do. Okay, so we got, oh, weird. Why is that 7? I don't understand. We need, like, everything to finish these. So radio and TV just for happiness? Well, you can do a lot with it. I actually find sometimes that when I first establish media, it lowers people's happiness, and I'm not sure why. I think it's because the quality of your media is really low quality at first, and so nothing is better than shit, I suppose. But, I mean, it'll be easier to talk about once we actually have a radio station to use as an example. We need more money, need more money, need more money. Ugh. So once we have a radio station, we'll explore it a bit more. But you can change sliders for all of these various things. You can pressure people to drop their religion or to become like less heavy of drinkers or whatever. You can sort of set sliders to prioritize what you want your dudes spending their time on. And you also have a priority slider for government loyalty. So you can put nice little propaganda, like happy propaganda, you know, happy, fun propaganda on your radio station to get your loyalty cranked up a bit. So I think that's ultimately the main use for media, is it doesn't, like I am noticing, by the way, that these enjoyment sliders have gone way down since we started the game today. So I think with the patch, these requirements have become a lot harder to fulfill than they used to be. But the radio station won't really help our happiness at the beginning, but it will start to work on our loyalty. And yeah, we'll go from there. It's a step. It's a step in the right direction. Meanwhile, let's continue flattening. Always look on the flat side of life. Do-do, 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 do-do. You know, like, if only the bars were open, like, I wish I could, like, go out and socialize, you know, here in the real world, because I could start working on my game, you know, and I think, like, this whole Soviet simulator has really helped me find a new pickup line. So I'm gonna, like, go to a bar, and I'm gonna find a woman who is, you know, relatively thin, and not particularly curvy, you know, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, baby, I like my women the same way I like my Soviet republics." And then I'll, like, take bets with the people who are sitting around me to see how many times I can say that before I get slapped, you know? Because I like objectifying people. Just in general, it makes life a lot more fun, you know? When you can feel superior to others on the basis of dehumanizing them. I don't know. I enjoy dehumanizing people. Maybe that's just me, though. Ooh, it's getting more and more flat. Yay! 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 Ooh. Ooh! Ooh! It's giving me the shudders and the shivers and the... Oh, jeez. Okay, where are we? Well, we have some coal, but even our iron is struggling to keep up now. Oh, great. It's okay. I think a big part of the reason that we're struggling to keep up with demand here is just that we've started, like, a ridiculous number of construction projects all at the same time, and they all require steel, so... Like, especially this station here. Oh, we're not at the steel part, but we soon will be. So we're gonna need, like, tons and tons of steel. What's that? Lean? Oh, I was making a joke about how ridiculously dumb it is to have words like flat to describe women, and how flatness is beautiful in this Soviet Republic. And I think I, like, overstepped my joke boundaries a little bit, but. It was a joke about how horrifically our culture objectifies women's appearances and how weird and disgusting that is. Hey, look at me, I'm making funnies. Funnies for miles of funnies. All the funnies. This flattening's going really well. Got a lot of bulldozers working on it now. Got 2 different construction offices, both with a bunch of bulldozers, both helping out. It's very nice. All right. Eventually, those will be constructed, and then we'll be off to the races, and we'll be building our iron town. Be a town where iron things happen. It may or may not be home to Iron Man. Probably not, though, because that's a copyrighted property, and I wouldn't want to be DMCA'd for my use of Iron Man. Oh, well. It's a good thought. I mean, fairness, it wasn't really a particularly good thought. It was a thought, though. Hey, there's a bus of steel workers, and maybe coal. Is there coal? That's coal. Yeah, there's coal. So once we get the workers and the coal, we'll be able to make a tiny amount more steel. Hey, progress. Tiny amount more steel? Come on. Come on, coal. Come on, you can do it. Ooh, look at that coal. Ooh, yeah. All right. More loans. Loans for the masses. Did I just describe modern economics? Maybe. Loans for everyone. Who cares if they can pay them back or not? Maybe I should be like real like weird about this and lower this terrain so that my river looks slightly prettier. I want a pretty looking river. Let's make a pretty river, people. Oh, look how pretty the river's becoming thanks to my tiny intervention. There we go. That's so much better. We have a pretty river. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. That's not supposed to happen. What's going on here? What type of semaphores? I'm going to... Oh, right. This is this... See, I was hoping that this would be solved by these new semaphores, but maybe not. I don't know. What am I missing here? Damned if I know. So this one thinks it... I don't know why this one thought it could come through this way. Maybe they just hit the joint at like exactly the same time and it just screwed everything up. This game really could improve its rail logic slightly. On the bright side, a simple little fix like that would not have worked in the past. That's the ability to do that, just hit the one button, is an improvement for sure. Because they wouldn't have entered into the same area, even if it was backing off and going back and forward like that. Oh well, this little stretch will be done pretty soon. And we're gonna have to purchase this stretch here. Missing iron now? Really? Oof. So this distribution office must have all of its dump trucks out and doing the iron run. You doing the iron run? Yeah, you are. Sure are. Do they have coal still coming to the heating plant? They do. Okay, good. We're sharing those same 3 dump trucks between iron deliveries from the border and coal deliveries to the heating plant. So it's a little concerning. Want to make sure that the coal comes in. Yeah, this small distribution office was clearly a mistake. This should be a big one, for sure. Oh, well. I'm like just telling myself that once we get done this mine, we'll have a local supply of coal, and that'll just make everything way easier. We only need another, like, 250 tons of steel between all these things. Oh, that won't take long. Jeez. You know what? I give up. I give up, game. I give up. I totally give up. We're going to start importing steel again for a while. This sucks, but you got to do what you got to do. And then this one construction depot is going to start using this again for steel. Oh, I probably shouldn't have just blanket told it to do everything, right? Oh, no, they're still using the factories here. But the steel... Yeah, okay. So it did exactly what I wanted it to do. Good. So we're going to start importing steel again for construction. Oh, it feels bad, but, like... I mean, it's so necessary right now. So, like, these should be steel trucks, I think. Yeah. Steel, steel, steel. Importing all the steel. Oh, man. Regressive change. Okay. Okay, so we are starting to work on the excavation for the foundation of the radio station, which is nice. We're a little light on the gravel, but we're getting concrete, gravel, and asphalt, and more or less evenly, while 2 excavators work on doing the actual labor. And we still have workers turned off, and it's only the excavators doing that. So this is actually perfect. I don't mind that. Like, it's a good thing if the groundwork goes slow and steady, but without demanding any labor. Just automate it. It's good. Meanwhile, there will be less demand on the steel mill again, because now the demand for steel will only be coming from these road construction road-specific construction offices. So in fact, there shouldn't be any demand for steel at all very soon, and this open space will start increasing. And then once this space gets up to 150, I'm gonna switch the. I'm gonna think about, well, once it gets up to maybe 100, I'll think about switching the source back to the steel mill. I have a coal mine in the north. Yeah, which one's north? Like up here. So this is a coal mine that in the long run will supply, heat for this city, the power plant for the nation, and the brick factory for the nation, and all of this sort of stuff. So like we have like this small little coal setup over here, but I know from past experience that I like having a separate coal setup for steel specifically, because steel just like burns out through so much coal that like good luck having a steady supply to your power system and your heating system if you're using that coal for your steel production. It'll just eat it all. So, we need money. And we've apparently neglected to notice for quite some time that we needed money. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna have a second coal system set up here, specifically for the steel. And then all the dump trucks that are bringing coal over now will stop doing that, and they'll be spending all of their time picking up iron. And then we'll have hopefully a reasonably steady supply, because these steel mills use 375 tons of coal for every 200 tons of iron, so they're using like twice as much coal. So it's like twice as important that we get the coal stuff set up. And then the iron stuff will come in via train later. The iron will. So, we're still out of crops. We're still not at harvest season. We just have too many workers here. The coal mine ain't the bottleneck, it's the process plants. Well, no, I mean, coal in general is not a bottleneck. It's the dump trucks right now. Like our bottleneck for our steel mill is dump trucks. We don't have enough trucks to bring the supplies in. But yeah, like, so we have one process plant. I find a lot of the time, like basically, okay, so for one thing, right, I'm going on the default map. This is not a fancy map with like huge amount of resources. So you'll get situations like this where your coal mine only has a 21% quality of source. So on these maps, steel mill will eat 3 plants of, yeah, of course. Absolutely it will. Yeah, the steel mill eats coal for breakfast, for sure. And we'll look to upgrade that in the future. If I was thinking ahead, which I may or may not have been thinking ahead. Oh shoot, I wasn't thinking ahead apparently. Because it would have been nice to have like another of these. Like, I guess what we should do in the future, what we should think to do in the future is use that and then have this one stretching out to another coal storage. Oh, what else did I do? Oh, right, I had the idea of having a conveyor belt go across here and then having a second coal input here. That was my long-term idea. So the plan for the long term, I'm just trying to remember where I was at last time I played, was to have a second coal processing plant here somewhere in the future, in the sort of reasonably far distant future. A single mine can't fill 3 processing plants. That's not with the type of quality of sources we have on this map, because it will not be 100% source, that's for sure. But yeah, the other thing too is that generally speaking, you're not going to have your mine filled with workers all the time, but you can quite easily, we need more money. Now that we're importing steel, we're just burning through the money, and our debt has gone right back up to the levels that we started this playthrough at. So that's unfortunate. That's totally what's happening here, though. We're just importing steel after steel after steel and filling up our storage again with steel. That's okay. Whatever. So, where was I? I will have, and maybe it's a mistake, but I do plan to have. Okay, wait a minute. Where are we? I guess in the future we could have a split off of here where we have two processing plants coming off of this one aggregate storage, or even replace this with a large. I mean, there's ways to do it, but This setup should allow for 2 processing plants for coal locally. And then we'll be processing iron way over here and trucking it in way over here. So, yeah. Anyway, whatever. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll work. 58% mine, it's not a problem. Well, sure, but like 58% mine versus 21% mine is a pretty big difference. Like, you're not going to find a place on this map with this, like if I pull this up here, you can see the resources are real spotty, especially for coal. This is the default map. This is the map that comes with the game. And you have a really, really hard time getting a number as high as 58%. It's going to be below 50 for sure. But like this 21% is fine. Like as long as we keep like 100 workers or so in here, we're providing plenty of coal to keep this small aggregate storage maxed out, which then keeps this coal processing plant maxed out and, you know, good, right? You use the middle south patch. So you do use this map, eh? Like middle south would be down. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm sure there are places that have way better than 20%, but whatever. We started there mostly because we wanted a flat area for the, or started here because we wanted a flat area for the farm, and we wanted to just start right along the border, basically. And it's worked out okay for us, so we're not too worried about it. But I mean, that is the main point, right? Is that the mine efficiency is rarely the bottleneck. So like having the most efficient mines in the world is not, I mean, it helps, but it's not like required, put it that way. Uh-oh, we got another frickin' train collision. So I'm gonna have to really look at these semaphores and see what's going on. I don't get why this is happening, though. Like... Okay, so, like, when this train is in this section here, these should both be red. And they are. Yeah, they're both red. So while a train's in here, and there's no semaphore at all between here and the office, it must just be that, like, a train hits that line at the same time as it comes out. I don't know. Or maybe when they come out of the office, they don't look. That could easily be the case, you know. They might just not... Like, they might come out of here regardless of what trains are where. Maybe I should be thinking about... Now, this is electric rail, right? Did I do electric rail in this section, or did I... Often I just do wooden rail. Oh, and I did. I just did wooden rail for this section. Okay. So we're going to... We're going to change this slightly in the hopes that we can make it work a bit better. Like that. So we'll tell that to construct. And then we should be able to put a waiting area on each of these. And that should help. Okay, so let's leave it at that for now and see if that... See how long this takes to build. Shouldn't be too long. Oh, this is weird. Why are these dump trucks just waiting? Looks like this actually goes a long way to explaining why we have such a dump truck bottleneck. Because we did not choose to immediately build a road connection. Like, what do you call it? A truck aggregate loading here. We thought to ourselves, well, maybe we'll want one in the future, but I don't see us needing one right away. But that's because we didn't expect to have a steady supply of coal coming out of here going to the steel mill. So that is a bottleneck right there, this little driveway, for sure. Yeah, rail logistics in general is a pain. One of my favorite old sort of like resource management sims is Railroad Tycoon 3. I find a lot of people love Railroad Tycoon 2, but I'm like a huge fan of 3. And 3 is like extra specially amazing in its economic sim. Like the heart of the game is not railroads, it's economics. And so because of that, their rail systems are really simplified. So all it does is it basically says, logically, if these trains should be colliding, we're just going to slow them both way down. We're going to provide a speed bottleneck so that there's no, like, everything's stopping working situation happening. It's just that if you don't have it planned efficiently, you're going to get some really slow trains. And it seems to me like that's a good way of doing it. Just provide efficiency issues. Don't like completely shut down your whole system. I think at some point on this channel I'm going to play some Railroad Tycoon 3. I don't know how many people I'll get for the streams, because it's a, I'm sure it'll be a super niche game, but I like it, so screw you guys. I'm going to be niche if I want to. Be niche if you want to. You can leave the mainstream behind. Yeah. Because your friends don't niche, and if they don't niche, well, they're no friends of mine. I don't know. That whole, like, song fell apart at a certain point, and then I just kept going. It's good. It's good. Solid. Okay, so what's happening with this rail construction? Have I, like, just broken it somehow? No, this one's going out. It is still, like, steel bottlenecked because, I guess the trucks have been so busy refilling this that they haven't been bringing stuff to the train station there. So temporarily, I'm going to again turn off steel importing to here. So we'll go down here to the, oh, it's actually near the top, right? Yeah, open storage, turn off steel. And we'll go through that 111 we have there before we import more. Meanwhile, these things are doing real well. We're almost finished all of this, and that's great. Really, it's just the mine that has, like, a significant amount of work left to be done, which is expected. These mines are like that. Okay, cool. So we'll soon have a localized coal supply here. That'll help so much. Speaking of localized coal supplies, that'll happen in the next wonderful episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, coming soon to a YouTube channel near you. Specifically this exact same YouTube channel. Don't look far. Bye.